Dear students, greetings for the day. Today we will study about business at airport. The financing of airports relies upon two broad streams: aeronautical revenues from airlines and passenger charges, and commercial revenues from other activities at the airport. According to the US Economics Report, an average of 40.4% of global airport revenues derive from such commercial revenues. Of these, duty-free and travel retail are usually the most important source of income. Larger airports are able to leverage these revenues to generate the highest levels of retail revenues per passenger, which effectively cover up to 80% of their profit margins. Even smaller regional airports have a strong reliance on their retail revenues, with airports handling between 5 and 25 million passengers per year generating some 40% of their profits per passenger from duty-free and travel retail activities. The range of non-aviation business and income sources at an airport is wide, covering retail, food and beverage, parking, landside real estate and other services. Still, the full non-aviation business potential is often not realized at airports. Future-proofing. One of the ways to build resilience and create agility is to address shifting behavior from consumers who want meaningful experiences, not just products. Brands purchase anytime, any place, anywhere, are savvy in digitally comparing prices, are constantly online, longing for attention, and are part of online communities, easily become heavy buyers of peer pressure, social media and the stories say it's cool to spend. This shift in consumer behavior has been addressed in airline operations as well, which have been transformed over the past 10 years to improve efficiency, becoming customer service driven and passenger centric. This has led to widespread adoption of self-service processes and ongoing, continual improvements which lead us closer to the ultimate vision of a truly seamless and secure process. In doing so, passenger demands for airport facilities are shifting. The industry remains committed to improving passenger processes, seeking opportunities for processes to happen off airport, in both a physical and digital, virtual sense. Going forward, passengers will be offered even more choice and control and, if they wish, will be able to tailor the entire journey when booking to FLY, including the use of airport facilities. This will also impact the commercial areas of the airport. This remains the number one revenue source within the non-aviation business for regional and smaller airports, and the number two at larger international airports after duty and tax-free retailing. Car parking has become more sophisticated and segmented through pre-booked parking, valet parking, premium space parking through membership or loyalty programs, and car cleaning and repair services. Parking structures can be outsourced to third-party companies who finance, build and operate them, sometimes in combination with car rental operations. F&B is the new star at airports. It was once the orphan child with mediocre generic-looking restaurants without excitement serving plain food. It is now a magnet rather than an afterthought in airport planning and customer expectation, with more than 50% of passengers eating and drinking at airports. F&B concepts have become more modern and sophisticated. Local brands make the airport stand out and superior quality is expected. Celebrity chef-led restaurants are popping up everywhere. In a recent presentation, Zost International CEO Walter Saab commented, "This is a huge sector. Landside real estate business can range from a simple office building at a small airport to an entire airport city with hotels, business centers and even residential housing at large international hubs." The largest common denominator is an airport hotel. Mid-sized airports of 5–10 million passengers per annum are now doing what mega airports did before: invest in or develop a 3, 4 or 5-star hotel. Sometimes only the land is sold and the airport shares in the hotel revenues. More often the airport takes some sort of investment and development role. This gives them more control and revenues but an obviously higher risk. Airport hotel deals have recently been developed at Toulouse, Oslo and Budapest airports, to name just a few. The airport car rental market is not considered an important business from a consumer point of view. However, for airports it generates average income of $1.4 income per departing passenger, with Europe topping the list and the Americas coming second, according to industry sources. The car rental market has been in a state of flux as more and more airports build, or are planning, consolidated car rental facilities. While airport officials are aiming to reduce traffic and make room for airport expansion, these new large facilities offer rental car companies the opportunity to expand. On-airport operations are mostly occupied by the top brands such as Hertz, Avis, Budget, Sixt, Enterprise and Alamo. Luxury fashion, beauty and liquor brands remain popular during the recent economic crisis, with affluent travelers from China, the Middle East, India, Russia and Brazil continuing to buy Louis Vuitton bags and Hermes clothes at airports' doors. Airport di Roma CEO Ugo De Carolis revealed to the AC Europe Commercial and Retail Conference delegates in Nice on the 4th of April 2017 that the average spend in the Rome Fiumicino luxury fashion precinct is €500. Italian and French mega brands are being sought the world over. For example, a unique crystal diamond-studded bottle of very rare Scottish whisky priced at €250,000 was sold at the opening of Amsterdam Schiphol Airport's luxury liquor store in October 2013. In contrast to this, observers note that travelers with a small purse, seniors, backpackers, migrant workers, etc., are being overlooked at airports. So many millions travel around the globe without finding a simple, useful and affordable product. They may be seduced by a loss leader that is a promotion of a nice and very sharply priced gift, hopefully convincing the buyer to buy something else too. The impression of airport F&B being too expensive is well spread and understandable given the high costs of operating airport restaurants. Research has revealed that passengers project the cost of easily comparable products like coffee, water and sandwiches onto the entire airport's product offer. If a cup of coffee is reasonably priced, it signals a perceived affordability of duty and tax-free goods. Digital is all around us. It is creating new business and disrupting existing ones every single day. It creates new ways to communicate, new expectations and new opportunities. But it is also creating new dependencies on super-large cybergiants. Are you a slave of Facebook? Creating new customer behavior impacts everything, including spending at airports. At a recent conference, Tony Whitaker, leader of the disruptive technology group, Travel and Transportation of Unisys, spoke about the millennials, born 1980 to 2000, now outnumbering the baby boomers, 1946 to 1964. Millennials like rich, informative content and share experiences. They communicate with pictures, not words, love crowdsourcing and friction-free mobility. Once convinced, they buy high-quality goods. So what should airports do to successfully engage with their customers and improve their experience? According to Whitaker, they should get to know their customers, recognize and respond to changing demographics, augment reality to drive engagement, offer one-click microservices such as fast-track service, walk-up lounge access and F&B ordering, transform from retailing to fulfillment, build an engaging experience behind every sale, partner with airlines and other airports to increase engagement, loyalty and revenue. This business is a mega industry which has not become less profitable in a supposed cashless, all-digital payment economy. Many more tourists travel the world in need of foreign cash, as global players like TravelX, Global Exchange and Novak Ambios will happily testify. Another not-so-glamorous but important airport financial service is the tax refund market, where tourists line up to get locally paid VAT reimbursed. Global Blue is a major player here. A definite trend in the regular retail channels is the popularity of pop-up stores. This is a great opportunity for airports to be more dynamic and introduce fresh brands and ideas more often. Airports may view it as logistically too complicated, but help is just around the corner. The Airbnb of pop-up stores, www.wherepopup.com, is a platform and network which connects thousands of space owners with innovative brands in fashion, F&B, art, beauty, education and community. Spaces offered are shop corners or shelves or entire retail units. Forward-thinking airports could learn from this development. The threat of Google, Amazon, Facebook, Alibaba or any of the other digital moguls stealing the business before the traditional trinity of airport retailer brand gets its digital act together, is bigger than ever. More duty-free pre-ordering and home delivery may be an answer. Brands and packaging unique to the airport channel may be another. Frequent flyer lock-in with loyalty schemes and continuous personalized digital engagement is a third. And as explained above, bringing airlines to the party. From an airport point of view, their precious square meters must be insured against a potential drop in traditional bricks and clicks physical retail transactions. Will they look for global brands establishing brand stores at their traffic junctions? All show and no physical sales in return for a guaranteed, say 10-year ultra-high lease. If this vision comes true, travel retailers beware. However, industry watchers predict that international travelers will always remain thrilled being at airports and display a measure of irrational exuberance. Or remain travel stressed, in which case they buy a compensation gift and undergo retail therapy. The future of airport non-aviation business is exciting and dynamic. Global brands love the exposure to high-income eyeballs moving around airports, and the airport advertising industry is growing along with traffic growth. More digital media are the trend, allowing more flexibility and personalized messaging. Copenhagen Airport was the first to go 100% digital with its media partner Dansk Reclame Film in 2015. Elsewhere, closer partnerships between airports, retailers, brands and media companies are the trend. Industry leader JCDecaux is notably experienced in developing joint ventures with its airport partners such as Aéroports de Paris. Indian airports have come a long way since catering only to the business of flying passengers. Airport infrastructure in India has taken a quantum leap in the major metros, post the advent of private operators. The international standard of infrastructure brought about in the airport terminals of the metropolitan cities in the recent years has now led them to catch up with global airports both in the look and feel department as well as with the trend of promoting airports as key retail hubs. Airports in major cities such as Mumbai, New Delhi, Bangalore, and Hyderabad today have been revamped from being dull, uninteresting places to more vibrant, lively and effervescent destinations. The transformation primarily happened with the privatization of airports, led by operators such as the GVK Group and GMR Group, resulting in private-public partnerships. Small, gloomy airport retail areas turned into glitzy shopping lounges, and with people having high disposable incomes frequenting them, sales here are outperforming conventional retail markets and high street shops. Thus, airport retailing appears poised for an impressive growth in India. A number of factors have been responsible for the development of airport retailing in India. In recent years, passenger traffic has gone up exponentially with a number of low-cost airlines emerging on the scene, thereby giving way to a large captive consumer base right at the airport itself, 7 days a week. Besides, the time spent by passengers at airports has increased due to early check-in times set by airlines owing to security and operational concerns, providing them with the opportunity to visit retail stores. Maximum shopping is done by people in the window between clearing the security immigration desks and boarding the aircraft.